Hello, everyone. This is Tammy, and I'm coming live just to share about the solar plexus chakra. So, the solar plexus chakra is the third chakra in the bunch. So, there's like a whole bunch. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I was messing around with the music. Let me mess around with the music a little bit more. Maybe that's it. Is that it? Well, that's nice. Okay. So, all right, let me start again, y'all. So the solar plexus chakra is the third chakra in the groups of chakras. And so for those of you that are just, getting into this and don't know that chakras are energy centers, they're energy wheels, they're wheels of energy that correlate with different parts of our body. And so I'm going to share a little bit about what the solar plexus chakra, where it is, and what it does, and what endocrine glands it is a part of, so many other things. But I'm going to share some things. I wanted to get started off with that. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Tammy Morrison, and I'm a soul transformation guide. So I typically help people to transform and to find their place of peace, typically within them, because a lot of times you are going through something and you need a guide, somebody to help you that can see on the outside, because many times we can't see on the outside. We can only see on the inside, or we can see for somebody else, but not for us. So I'm talking about the solar plexus chakra, and it is the third chakra, and it's highly complex. So the solar plexus is known as your power center. So it typically is the center of power for you. It functions as a storage house for judgment, opinions, and beliefs. So typically, all the things that we are considering ourselves to be, what we're considering the world to be, all of those things are stored in the solar plexus chakra. So these judgments in turn affect our self-esteem, our self-confidence, our self-image, all of these things. And so the solar plexus is one of those chakras that will help us in this area. It is seen as the source of cognition, the knowingness, which is really different because, as you'll see when we go through the crown chakra, that really is the one that is associated with claircognizance, which is our cognizance center. But this also contributes. The solar plexus also contributes to our cognition. So, Diane Stein actually described this center as a psychic energy pump for the physical and non-physical bodies. She stated that emotional and psychic balance are located at this center, and thought forms are produced here. So, I want to say that this center is also very important for men who I believe must rely on it as their decision-making point instead of their first chakra. So typically, women can also use the first chakra to get decisions and to make decisions. But this chakra is one that men typically use for their decision making. This chakra also correlates to our digestive process and interrelates with organs located within it. So I kind of alluded to this a little bit on yesterday when I talked about the sacral chakra, because I talked about how, I realized that I had issues with my third chakra, with my solar plexus, because I started having digestive issues, just problems with my stomach. And honestly, guys, it's something that they've still not been able to diagnose. I started having these problems since 2021, like December 2021. And nobody has been able to give me a proper diagnosis about it. Don't even know. A lot of it I healed with supplements, and I healed with Reiki energy, energy healing in general. I did a lot of work around that in order to be able to heal that. But essentially, I was not able to drink coffee, and there were quite a few other things I couldn't eat. To be honest with you, when it first started, I couldn't eat anything. So the bad part of that is I had started feeling called to a fast, because fasting is one of the things that I grew up doing, and it's one of the things that I know is important in our lives, not only for our physical health, but for our spiritual health and even our mental health. And so typically, I do set intentions to fast at least once a month, but I often don't get to do it, or I often don't do it. Let's say that. And so that is one of the things that I'm working through in this season and this year, is to do that, because I'm feeling called to do more fasting, because fasting always was a thing that helped me spiritually. And so with the digestive issues, it kind of helped me too fast. So for like a month, I was only able to drink protein shakes and smoothies for like a month. I mean, I couldn't eat anything. Everything hurt my stomach. So I didn't eat. So fast forward, I sat down with it, and I realized that it was my solar plexus chakra was involved. And so that is one of the examples that I use for this solar plexus, because I know that that affected me. The color associated with the solar plexus is yellow, and the endocrine gland associated with it, because each one of the chakras are associated with an endocrine gland. And so for the solar plexus, that one is the pancreas. So the pancreas are associated with the solar plexus chakra. The descriptors are air elements and airborne entities, including birds, and each particular chakra, because we're talking about the divine feminine and divine masculine, each chakra has a yin and a yang. So the yang presence involves expression of self in the world, and the yin aspect involves opinions and judgments about self and others. Opinions and judgments about self and others. So you want to definitely look at that so that you can be balanced in that, because that is really what we need, is to be balanced, because there are all of those different types of chakras, but there is a balance in there, and that is why we have the yin and the yang. So the source of it is personal power, is self and other judgments, intellectual understanding of physical worldly existence, and men's power. Men's power. So we noted that yesterday when I did the sacral chakra, it was more women's power. So if you note today is the solar plexus chakra, and it is more men's power. So think divine feminine, divine masculine. Although we all have both, but consider that you don't want to be more. You don't want to be so much more divine masculine that you're out of balance. You don't want to be so much more divine feminine that you're out of balance. So you need a healthy balance. The seat of self-esteem, power, directed will, ability to discern, and male identity. The key words for this chakra are power and discrimination. Power and discrimination. So the energy type of this chakra is mental and intellectual. So technically, the communication style is perceived as ideas, thoughts, or intellectual understandings that register at gut level to help us succeed, interface with the world, deal with people, and make effective decisions. So you can see that if this chakra is unbalanced, you're going to have some problems. And to be honest with you, I believe that the solar plexus of the world is out of balance, because there are so many people in power making decisions that are not effective. And so when I think about that, I consider that, because I know that if we all have chakras, then the world also has chakras as well. Chakras. We say it correctly. Then the world also has chakras as well. So I believe that our chakras, our solar plexus chakra in the world, especially in America, is out of balance. It's out of balance, because some of the things that are coming across just don't make no sense. Okay, I'm not going to get into that, because I try really hard not to do politics. But the intuitive communication style. So each chakra has a communication style, an intuitive communication style. So for the solar plexus is mental empathy, to effectively achieve a position in the world that will help the soul achieve its purpose. Data received or generated usually creates situations, opportunities, and events to benefit the soul and self as a whole. Okay, so the problems that we can encounter with the solar plexus is digestive and metabolic disorders. digestive and metabolic disorders, weight issues, feelings of confusion, or craziness. Just talked about that. Power issues. So if you're having power struggles, like you're fighting somebody over some power, when linked with the heart, codependency and caretaking, mixing up love and power needs, different issues for different organs. So liver problems indicate anger with men or male self. Spleen disorders indicate female anger and defense issues and faulty use of female power. Stomach problems indicate swallowing others' opinions or thoughts, and I can resonate with that. Gallbladder troubles indicate resentments, grief about men, our male self, or achievement in the world. And so that is one of the things that I know that I can attest to because I actually have my gallbladder out. And I think about it now, I think it was a warning and a sign for me to look at my solar plexus. But I think at that time I wasn't in this space where I could see, and it's amazing how when you start looking back and you start seeing how things in your life were formed and shaped up, and you can see that these were issues that I started having. I think it was about 2013, I started having gallbladder issues, and I actually ended up having my gallbladder taken out in 2014 because it was giving me lots and lots of problems. But I feel like if I had realized and I had known how to work with energy in the way that I do now, that I would have been able to save that. I really feel like it was definitely a big solar plexus issue, because then after that, I started having problems with my stomach. And prior to that, I had some heart issues, which, it was basically stress. I was stressed out. But I started with these things. And so when I think about it and I put it all together and I'm sitting here looking at this now, it's like I know that those were definitely solar plexus issues that I was dealing with my gallbladder, with the digestive stuff. And then because I think I had been divorced, and I was at a place where, I was in a relationship that was not suitable for me. Like I had to get out of it. So I know I had a little bit of anger issues, especially regarding men, and I had to heal from all of that. And so those are things that I dealt with, but I know that it was related to this solar plexus chakra being all out of whack and all out of alignment. And so let me tell y'all something. So if the solar plexus chakra is out of alignment, all of the rest of them are out of alignment too. So you can't have one that's in alignment and all the rest that aren't. Now, they may not be as out of whack as each other, but they all need some adjustment. So when you have a chakra alignment imbalance, you need to make sure that that person is aligning and balancing all of your chakras. Now, you also can do that for yourself. You don't have to go to anybody to have it done. But if these are things, I know a lot of people are doing these, and I know when I do them, I make sure that I align and balance all of the chakras in my sessions. So again, pancreas disorders indicate the ability to take in or hold the sweetness in life, or having been over smothered or under nurture. I promise I feel like I said this again, but I think I've been studying it. That's why. The adrenals, which is the first chakra, and kidneys located in the third chakra, are energetically shared with the second chakra, and so reflect issues of power and feelings. The adrenals hold beliefs regarding our creative reactions to perceived dangers or opportunities. The kidneys hold childhood perceptions regarding emotional needs. Addictions include abuse of caffeine and charged beverages, coffee, beer, corn processed alcohol, and sugars. Overwork, perfectionism, over criticalness, and prejudice, leading to paranoia or intense hatred. So I can see all of that within me because I love sugar, and that's one of those things that I am consciously uncoupling from. It's sugar. And I always tell people it's because I'm a Southern girl. We have sugar in everything. We put sugar in all our food. We cook with sugar. We have sweet tea. Everything is sweet. It's what we are, and it's crazy. And I remember when I was a child, we used to eat sugar cane because we would get sugar cane. We had some family that had some worked on those sugar cane plantations, and so we would get sugar cane. My grandfather would get it, and he would cut it up for me, and we would eat sugar cane. So I love sugar, and so I can see how that could be an unhealthy relationship with the sugar. Also, I think about it, like I said, coffee. I haven't drank coffee in probably about a year and a half because it hurt my stomach and I can't drink it. I love it, but I can't drink it. So I stopped drinking it. I also was deep in overwork. I used to overwork all the time. Like I have, this is the first time in a long time that I only worked one part-time job because I used to work 2 and 3 full-time jobs. I used to work 2 and 3 full-time jobs. And so I just kind of have gotten to the place where I'm not going to do that anymore because it's not healthy for my body, it's not healthy for my mind, and not healthy for my spirit either. So I had to pull back from that. But I can see how my solar plexus chakra being out of alignment would create that situation for me or allow me to do that and like kind of push me in that area because I think about it now, it's like my mother is an overworker. My grandmother probably would, I'm sure she was an overworker at one time, and she had to also release it as well. She had to learn that that was not her journey and that was not something she was supposed to do. Now, she wasn't deep into the chakras as I am, but I believe that if she had lived, she probably longer, she probably would have gotten into that because she already was kind of looking at a lot of different alternatives to religion. So, um, also, did I say perfectionism was another thing? And overcriticalness is another thing. Prejudice leading to paranoia or intense hatred. So, I want to give some health tips because they share some health tips as well. So, with the health tips, you want to eat 5 to 6 small meals a day, each combining a healthy fat such as olive oil or another omega-3 based fat, a low glycemic carbohydrate, and a protein, and establish a structured exercise program. So for me, I like to exercise. I actually do enjoy it. Matter of fact, I'm going to probably do a little workout when I get off here. But I do. I enjoy exercising because it has been helping me um, to release a lot of things, and it's been helping me in my flow. And so I'm actually on a weight releasing journey. So I'm releasing some weight, but that really wasn't even my intention. I really wanted to get my body nice and firm because I'm getting older and I want to live a long time and I want to live healthy. So that's something that I decided to do is to really just sit down with my body and start working on studying me and learning what works for my body. So I like to do short workouts. I like 20-minute workouts, 30-minute workouts, 15, 10 minutes. I have a stretch that I found on YouTube that is like 10 minutes, and I love it because it helps to stretch my body because many times we don't stretch. And so what happens is when you start working out, then you're sore and you're hurting because you don't stretch. We don't stretch enough. And so I found this stretching workout and I do some yoga workouts. So whatever works for you, for me, and I love swimming. So my goal is to swim twice a week, which I didn't make this week because we just didn't have time. But my goal, because I have to go to the gym, and but my goal is to swim twice a week. I'll get back on that next week. And the gym, the pool is closed on the weekend, so it's only open during the week. If it was open on the weekend, I could get my 2 days in this week, but it's not. So I have to. And I think it snowed this week too, so I don't drive in the snow unless I have to. But so that's one of the things for me that I've set up is swimming because swimming is a nice full all over body exercise, and I can feel the difference since I started in my body. Like I'm not as sore and as tight, and I don't have as my pain's not as bad. Because for those of you that don't know, I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia in 2010, and it really didn't bother me badly until after COVID. It's like COVID kicked up and they also found out I had chronic fatigue. So that was another thing. So with the COVID, it kicked up the fibromyalgia pain, and the chronic fatigue. So there are times when I am just simply exhausted, and I know this, but the exercising and the working out has helped even that. So I'm not as exhausted as I have been. Um, and of course, I also do energy work as well to help that. But that was something that happened to me after COVID. I got the long haulers, so I was just exhausted all the time. I mean, all the time. It was just sick how exhausted I was. And I'm now starting to feel better, but the workout, I know it has contributed. I know working out regularly has contributed. Now, I'm not telling you that all the pain is gone away. I'm not going to make those type of claims at this time. I mean, I could say that spiritually, but there are days where I do have some pain, but it's not as common as it was. So now it's a whole lot better since I started consistently working out and really paying attention to, what goes in my body and what I eat and how I eat and when I eat. And so I've also always done intermittent fasting, and my husband and I actually kicked that up a notch last year. So we started really diving into that and really doing that and seeing also how that works for our bodies, and so I look at it, what is it doing for me? How is it helping my body? And so for me, it's really been allowing me, to really start to shape my body like I want to. And it's really started me on this process and on this journey to spiritual healing in so many ways. And so many things have come up as I've sat with, these chakras, because I've been going through and studying about these chakras probably for, I don't know, maybe 6 months. So, and I just decided to come out and begin to teach on them because I know that a lot of people don't know a lot of people don't know. And so I want to share because I believe that it'll help us when we know, when we're able to understand our chakras and our body systems. And because our bodies are so much more than what you see, there's so much more than what they have taught us. And so for me, I know that it's time to go deep. And I know that if you're watching me, that's how you feel too. It's time to go deep. So, um, I would love it if you would join me in the Conscious Healing Hub. And so it is a membership program that I'm doing where I'm sharing resources, also doing Zoom calls monthly to get together so that we can explore some of the healing. We can explore the spiritual gifts, the chakras, affirmations, all of those things. I have meditations that are available as well, and it is located in a private Facebook group. And then I also have a Telegram chat for support because I love the Telegram because it's easier so that if people need to reach out, they can just reach out, and then other people can actually see, because you never know, the thing that you're asking somebody else might want to know. So, I would love it if you would join me in the Conscious Healing Hub so that you can have support, because it's something I created because I wished I had that support when I was coming through on this spiritual journey, when I was growing and learning and shifting, coming out of religion and learning about how big God was and how God really wants us to prosper and he wants us to be in health. And I started learning all of these things. I started learning energy tools and techniques, and I really just want to share all of that with you and help you on your journey. So it's called the Conscious Healing Hub, and I made it affordable at $33 a month. So I'm looking for founding members of this group, of this membership. But I'm just so excited about it because I know that it is time for people to come together and find their tribe. And I really, truly believe that it's a space where you will find your tribe. So if you don't like Facebook, you can do Telegram, the chats. Um, but I'm super, super, super excited about it. And then and if once you join, you'll also be on the email list. So you'll be able to get regular emails from me as well, because I do try to do emails about twice a week. That's my goal. Do I all the time get it done? No. But you know what? I'm a work in progress, just like everybody else. Life's sometimes. However, I'm getting on the stick of it. I'll also be back on here probably tomorrow. I'll probably do it'll probably be tomorrow evening that I'll come back on here and I'll do the fourth chakra, which is the heart chakra, because we want to talk about the heart chakra and how it affects us. I'm going to give you a sneak peek. So, the heart chakra is in the center of the chakras. So you have the first three at the bottom, and then you have the heart chakra, and then you have the upper ones at the top. So the heart chakra is like the pivot. So we're gonna go into it tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I would love it if you would smash that subscribe button, and if you would like this video so that YouTube knows that people like it and it can push it out. But and then check out my other videos. You should see one probably right about there somewhere on the screen. You'll see a video pop up, so you can check that out. And I would love it if you would come back and give me some feedback on how this landed for you and how this is helpful to you in your life. And if you also would like to have some support, I do sessions, and I do them on Zoom. If you are local in the Western Washington area near Everett, Washington, I do them in person by appointment. So just let me know. But if you would like to see me on Zoom, I do sessions, and I actually have it according to sliding scale. So I have 3 different prices that you can use if that works for you. So send me a message. And in those sessions, we concentrate and focus on connecting to your body and connecting to your peace. Because after all, I am the Oracle of Peace. So I'm here to help you to understand where you are and to help you find the answers that are deep inside of you. Help you learn how to use your gifts so that you can feel, sense, see, imagine, hear the guidance and the messages that come to us daily. Every day we get guidance and messages. Many times we just don't know how to receive them. And so that is one of the things that I am put here to do, is to help you to do that. So as a spiritual mentor and teacher, I love to do it. So if that's something that you're looking for, make sure that you reach out. I have single sessions. I also have packages that you can get. So just reach out to me, and we will work something out if I can help you. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that your day is magical and that everything is smooth. I will see you guys on tomorrow. I don't know what day it is, but I've committed to going live on this platform. So I don't know what day it is, but it's another day. It'll be Saturday for me. So I will see you tomorrow. It'll be probably in the evening because I have something until 4 tomorrow. So again, have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope everything is lovely for you. Bye now.